Hi. Hi, welcome back. If that hasn't driven you away, welcome back to part 2 of whatever I am calling this. Currently, I'm just calling it... I'm gonna play some World of Warcraft and ramble about whatever the heck I feel like talking about. We were in the middle of these troll-related quests a minute ago, and I think I have to go pick up some boxes for some people. Which is... possibly the most narratively involved quest in the entire game. I'm not sure. I think it's a pretty famous one. Last time we talked about stuff. I don't know how long it's been for you. For me, it's been 2 minutes or so. Oh, that box respawned quickly. Where is the last thing that I need to pick up? Hello, troll lady. I'm sure you're lovely. We've not met. Hang on. Hang on. Wait. Wait. It's on the map. It's on. Oh, I hate that you can't zoom in. I'm sure there's oh, I'm scouting this area. Oh, I guess I'm waiting for her to stop talking. Okay. Hi. I'm listening. Carry on. Carry on. Carry on. But yeah, I'm sure there's add-ons I could get. I might look into that in between recording sessions. I have no idea how the first video performed. Could be a smash hit. Could be single digits. If you've left comments, hopefully I've read them and replied to them, because that lies within my personal future. Time is a wild concept, but if we work together, we might just be able to understand it. See, that's the issue with this kind of video. Like, I just want to do a chill run through the world, not worrying about remaining entertaining the entire time. We're just playing World of Warcraft together. It's fine. It's a chill time. But there's a part of my brain that goes, be interesting. You've got to be interesting, for the love of God. Or for the love of, I don't know, who's the god of the World of Warcraft universe these days? The first ones? Did they ever resolve that lore? I guess not yet. Oh well, I'm sure we'll get there. There's another thing. Oh, right, I'm waiting for you to stop talking. Cool. I mean, I could do this, but it gets rid of a... Gets rid of a quest window, which is kind of unfortunate. The journal, whoops, the journal is actually separated from the map in this version of the game. Isn't that interesting? Any retail-only Andes might be shocked to learn of this change to the game. Maybe you don't have enough voodoo. Anyway. I'm trying to think if how much time have I ever dedicated to a troll character in this game? It's not much. I think I've spent some time with a troll shaman. Oh, I guess in Mr. Pandaria Remix I kind of maxed one of everything. I did have a troll shaman. I forget what he's called. Stormforged? Not Stormforged. Something like that. Stormwrought, I think. I think it's called Stormwrought. He was originally called Zaragal, and then I deleted him. I was like, that's a terrible name. He was still like level 15, which was like 2 minutes of gameplay back then. Alright. I want to keep up with the axes. I don't care about stats. We're level frickin' 4. Who cares? I wanna have an axe because I'm a dwarf. Oh, it's one-handed. Is it? Wait, did I just mess up? One-handed, two-handed. Okay. It's still an upgrade, so we're just gonna use it. I haven't decided, by the way, if he's gonna be Fury or Arms. I don't know if there's anything that's particularly great or stand out in this version of the game between the two. Thematically, though, I do kind of want him to be Arms, wielding a big two-handed axe that's maybe bigger than he is. However, we could also go with the Twin Axes Barbarian Dwarf for Fury Warrior, so I guess it doesn't matter too much, as long as it's axes. That's not always going to be possible as we level up, I know, don't worry.
What's on your mind?
Ice and Fire.
See you soon.
Is that a Game of Thrones reference? Is there a warrior trainer in here? No, it's not. Okay. We need to go kill some trolls. Shock. Horror. What a twist. I did not see that coming. Anyway. As I was saying, I have a spreadsheet full of all of my characters in World of Warcraft, and I have a few of them, and it's got tabs as well. In fact, you know what? I'm just going to bring it up real quick. Here is my World of Warcraft characters spreadsheet. We have the character, the level, the realm, the race, the class, the spec, the professions they have, lore notes, contextual notes, and when I made them. Also, if I've ever maxed them. So yeah, as you can see, lots of level 70s here due to Mists of Pandaria remix. Also, I have these same spreadsheets for Classic, although this kind of needs updating because there's so many different versions of Classic as well. But there's Classic, there's Season of Discovery, and there's Hardcore Classic as well. I don't think I've done anything with the Anniversary Realms yet. But yeah, that's my little brain tickler. That tickles the neurons in my brain. I know some people would find that abhorrent and weird and like work, but for me, it's fun. Probably helps that I'm not working a desk job right now. So, are you Grickner's servants even though you're not named as such? Because I don't know where these guys are meant to be. Also, I know we didn't go learn Victory Rush yet, but I think we'll be okay. Okay, you are the servants. Right, got it.
Not ready yet.
I've been poisoned?
Not enough.
Damn it. Do I have like a... Oh, I was about to make a sick Pokemon reference, but I can't remember off the top of my head which berry heals poison. Because I usually don't bother with berries in those games. I should get back to Pokemon Violet. I am near the end of that game. There is a video on his channel of my... Actually, there's a few live streams on his channel of me playing Pokemon Violet. And then, if you do like this rambly kind of commentary style I've got going on anyway, then I decided to just play it off stream and do them as highlights. Who knows, the same fate could await this series. If it's not popular, if I get bored of it in the future, maybe it will just get fed back into Adventures in Classic Azeroth. Perhaps that's what we'll do. But for now, I'm having fun doing this. We'll see how far we get. Chopping people up with my hand axe. Doo-doo-doo. They're very nonchalant about my appearance here. I'm literally out here murdering them, and they're like watching from afar like, huh, guess someone should deal with that. But nobody does.
I can't do that.
That feels like a poignant remark on human nature, or I guess troll nature. Also, I thought one of these was a player, and I was like, no, don't take the boss. Don't take the boss before I get there. You do... What was he saying? Something in trollish. Is it trollish? It's probably not trollish. See, you speak in common.
Not ready yet.
Language is a weird thing in Warcraft. Like, they make a point of having each race have its own language for the most part. And you can, if you didn't know, although for some reason this button is missing, which would allow me to... Okay, it's here, that's why. You can actually choose which language to talk in, so I could choose to talk in Dwarvish over here. But they don't really think about that too much when they're doing the lore. Like, every now and again it pops up in stories like, oh, and he spoke this in Orcish or whatever. But for the most part, they all just speak English. Like, English obviously isn't a language in this universe, but they just all kind of speak the same language. Like, you get spies spying on enemy camps whenever there's a faction war, and they can just understand what the others are saying, and there's no mention of, oh, it's because I speak Elvish, or even because I speak Orcish, which the Horde should all be speaking for the most part. But no, it's just kind of overlooked a lot of the time, which is kind of a shame. Because I've been reading the Sun Eater series by Christopher Rocchio, and that's a science fiction series, or I guess it's more apt to call it science fantasy, or a space opera, or whatever you want to call it. Oh, I might die here. Hang on. I've got to lock in! Alright, we're fine. I guess that's my cue to go get Victory Rush, right? But anyway, in that series, there is a lot of talk about language and how there's a language barrier in some scenes, which I won't spoil why, and how different languages might be missing certain words, or certain words might mean slightly different things or have different connotations, and ever since reading, I'm only 3 books in, but ever since reading that series, I've just looked at every other series that's dealt with different races and stuff, like different fantasy races or whatever, and be like, you're kind of missing out by ignoring the language barrier. I feel like it's a cool element of a story, and I can see choosing not to do that as like a artistic choice for sure. I've never tried my hand at it, for instance, but it is a cool concept that gets overlooked a fair amount of the time. Like, I think about Star Trek, I guess they have universal translators in their brains probably in the lore or something, but sometimes I look at stuff like Star Trek and Doctor Who and I'm like, okay, you've hand-waved it away like once, but it is kind of jarring sometimes when you're like, what is this alien creature that I've never seen before in my life? And he's like, hello, my name is Jerry. And you're like, oh, it's Jerry. Hi, Jerry. How's it going? Again, they're trying to do different things with the stories that they're telling. It's not necessarily important in their universes, but still. Sometimes it can be a little weird. And that's my rant about languages. Alright, I don't think this is where the quest guy is, but I do want a victory rush. Gimme. Thank you. I will be good. Thank you for reminding me to be good. I was about to be awful. But you told me not to, so here we are. Okay, I ran past the quest hand-in. That's on me. Now, there is... You know, people might think that warriors do not have much movement ability in terms of getting around the world, but those people would overlook murder. Murder is actually an extremely helpful method to get through the world in a speedier manner, because you have charge. Which is on cooldown for long periods of time, but sometimes you can have a talent which puts it up to two charges of charge. I was like, is there another word for it? No, there is not. Alright, Grelin Whitebeard. I did what you asked. Oh. We don't have a... Okay, they're wrong.
Keep your feet on the ground.
Can you imagine how long this would be taking if I was still reading quest text? Aww. My trousers are a different color. I liked it when my trousers matched. That's a dang shame. I will say my ability to just batch record these half-hour rambles of videos is a little bit more difficult when you're doing a solo thing. When I'm doing like Halo with Reese, it's just natural. It's just how we play games anyway. When you're doing this by yourself, it's like a skill of like, you need to make sure you're coming up with things to talk about, which isn't always easy. And I will meet you at a quest hand-in with that in mind. Alright, looks like we're finally leaving Coldridge Valley. And when I say finally leaving, I mean being forced to leave, because I do like Coldridge Valley. I do love Dunmorrow in general. Dunmorrow definitely has a vibe to it, especially with the music. I will say, and like, this is nothing against Bellula, it's just the way my brain works. I don't love that he uses the music. I don't know if he still does, I haven't watched him in years. But I don't love that he used the music for his outro, because it just takes away from that special feeling when you hear it, when you've heard it so many times in a YouTube video. But whatever.
Good
Hey, look,
to
it's
see you.
Hans Springsprocket.
Very good.
Why did your mother name you Hans? Why did she look at you and go, ah yes, Hans? Is it because of your giant fucking mallet hands? Anyway, I'm overthinking this. Oh my goodness, it's the Cataclysm plotline. That's crazy. Oh, that's right, we don't go through the cave in this version. We go via gyrocopter, wherever the hell that is. Over here. Alright. But yeah, like some of my... You know that feeling when you're questing through Dunmorrow and it's like midnight and that sound? Like the ting 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 ting. That part of the soundtrack,
Honored,
which I just recreated
Very
terribly.
well, then.
It just hits just right, and you stop and you look at the moon and you think about life for a little while, and then you continue talking in guild chat. That is another thing as well. I do miss being part of a socially active guild, which was based around social stuff. I'm part of a guild in War Within but it's very much like a raiding guild, and I feel like spare parts. I feel kind of like left over because I'm not interacting with the game in the same way that most of the people in that guild are. They're lovely people, but you know what I mean. I don't like Mythic Plus either or anything like that. But yeah, just obviously, I'm sure everyone has this whole, oh, back when I started WoW, I got to be part of a guild, and that guild's not together anymore, and now I miss them, and there's no other guild which is quite like them. I'm sure everyone has that, but yeah, I have that. Mr. Pandaria, Warlords of Draenor Legion. Those were the days, man, when our guild was together, and we just, yeah, it just felt like a very social game. And I've never quite been able to recapture that, which is a shame. And that's also probably the main reason why my friend doesn't really play anymore either, because WoW's definitely less fun by yourself. Like, it's still fun. In fact, it's fun in kind of a different way. I saw a video about this recently that I agree with. But yeah, I do miss having a squad. We weren't the squad. Squad was never our thing. It's just a terminology I'm using. Don't get attached to it. Don't get it mixed up. Don't get it wrong. It's fine. I did put Victory Rush on my bar. Remember what I was saying earlier about, or maybe in a previous video, about missing certain things because you're focused on commentary as well? Yeah, that's a thing here as well. I didn't realize it was like 6:30 already. I feel like today's flown by, and I don't entirely know why. Oh well, that's not a problem. I've got the day off. It's quite a chill evening. I'm having a nice time playing World of Warcraft. And we got a brand new bag. I think. Yes, maybe. Alright, we're gonna have to wait until we land, or crash, because this is a gnome copter after all. What are the chances of a safe landing? This thing is only better rated in safety than a Boeing. That's a timely joke for you. I don't really keep up to date with like current events all that much, apart from like the most important stuff. But I know Boeing didn't have a good year last year. Are you enjoying this unexpected Boeing aside in our World of Warcraft playthrough? Because I'm not. I think I'm going to change the subject actually. But anyway, I was thinking about the World of Warcraft novels and how it's kind of a shame that I feel like so many of them are locked in time of like, you can go back and read the Shattering, but it's very much a novel that ties into the Cataclysm story, and it can be interesting in its own right for that reason. But I do wish that they would consider writing novels for like just parts of the lore of the past, and you know, that can obviously tie into things that are being revealed in the current expansion. But like, I haven't read Dawn of the Aspects yet, but stuff like that. I just found out I own Dawn of the Aspects through a Humble Bundle I bought years ago. But yeah, I'm going to read those at some point, and it's going to be a good time, I'm sure. Anyway, here we are in Karnos. I think you have to say it with a Dwarven accent, or you're not saying it right. This is the typical... When you've played enough of this game, you do come to realize that all of the starter zones are kind of structured in the same way. Like, this is Goldshire. This is freaking... I don't know the orc places of the earth. I don't play Horde.
How are you?
I'm not a filthy red. I actually have no allegiance. I don't really care. I think we're long past players of WoW really caring about their faction that much, beyond just having some fun with it. Back in the day of like Bleeding Blue or whatever, I think those days are past. I think we mostly play both sides nowadays, but yeah, my preference is definitely Alliance. Is there not more quests down here? I thought there was. Did I already check down this way? Pardon me. Okay. The brain meat is aging. You'll have to bear with. I'm turning 30 this year. I know 30's not ancient. Don't worry, I get it.
You got my attention.
Oh, hey, cooking. Should we learn cooking?
What's on your mind?
Mine as well.
Watch your back.
Get you there. Get you. Actually, where's my Hearthstone? That usually goes up here. There we go. I was just thinking, like, I wonder if people know how much of this game I've played in the past, and then I remembered the spreadsheet I showed you all. So yes, you do. You do understand how much muscle memory this is for me. In many ways. And then in other ways, I'm just running around somewhere I've been several times going, is this where I'm supposed to be? Might as well change our location while we're here as well. Cool. Delightful. Exceptional. Splendid.
What's on your mind?
What's on my mind is that, as I was saying earlier, the way these starter zones are structured is you get to this kind of midpoint of the zone, this kind of like hub in the middle of the zone, like Goldshire or Karanos, and there's just like 17 million quests. And also, from Cataclysm onwards, they give you the Flightmaster quest. This is in every starter zone, where the quest is to go to Ironforge and hand this letter in, and then take it back. It's very important to the plot. It's very important to the overall narrative of World of Warcraft that you do this. If you do not do this vital step, then Ragnaros will burn down the world or something. I don't know, I don't pay attention these days. I don't pay attention anymore. It's funny, I remember when I was new to WoW, and I was watching other people make videos about it who had clearly been playing since the very beginning, and they were so, like, disillusioned with the game, and just being like, oh, it's just the same thing every expansion, isn't it? Like, I remember watching Lewis and Sips of the Yogscast playing through the Warlords of Draenor beta, just kind of, like, saying stuff like this, and I was like, it's clearly so different. There's an outline mode now. The game looks different because there's an outline mode now. No, it is. It's the same shit. But that's what we're here for. We love it.
What's on your mind?
We love it. And sometimes we get nostalgic about the way things were. So clearly things changed a little. Changed enough for us to miss the good old days. And then we go back to the good old days. And then they become the current days. And then 10 years from now, these current days will be the good old days once again. Time is a flat circle. But we don't need to worry about that too much. Just as long as we're having fun in the moment. Silrain is creating a lot of clockwork boxes, I must say. Must be their hobby. Doesn't sound like an easy thing to create, I gotta say. Clockwork is beyond my ability to comprehend the craftsmanship of. People who work making clocks, you're wizards. As far as I'm concerned, you're just wizards. And that's the end of the story. That's the end of it. I feel like we've entered deep rambling territory. Just don't worry, we'll get through this together. We can do this. Back to the Flightmaster.
What can I do for you?
Hello, Grifferdon. Grifferdon, do you think my audience is enjoying this? I hope they're enjoying this. I'm enjoying this. One of the problems, however, with this method of video making is it does take up space, and I have a very limited amount of space right now, but hey, it's fine. We'll deal. We'll deal with it. But yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this subscription post making, or between making these videos, because I'm going to want to play more WoW, but I'm not always going to want to record it, so I don't know if I'm going to play a Cataclysm alt or a hardcore anniversary alt, which I have still yet to die on. The plan was to just play him without worrying too much about dying, and then when I die I just transfer him to the normal realm, and it's just to see how far I can get. And then I got too obsessed with not dying, and now I kind of stopped playing because I didn't want to die. This happens a lot with hardcore characters. I'm like, it's fine. It'll just be a fun thing to do to mark my first death, and then we get to like level 15 and I'm like, I'm too invested. I can't die. I can't die. I need to reach level 60 on this realm. Or I guess I could check out a Goblin patch, but I'm really not in the mood for retail right now, so maybe not. Something I've been finding lately, that was the Griffin quest, by the way, the hand-in quest. Something I've been finding a lot lately is I've been wanting to return to WoW or Final Fantasy XIV or other MMOs, not for like the new stuff they've been putting out, no matter how highly anticipated it may be, but just to hang out, making a new character and doing the things I've done 1,000 times before. That's all I really want from MMOs right now. I don't care about them evolving, although I should for the overall health of the game, for the other people who do care about playing new stuff. I just want to be able to spin up WoW and just run a new character through stuff I've done 1,000 times before while talking to an audience who may or may not still be here. That's me. Anyway, I think that's going to do it for part 2. Thank you very much for joining me. There will probably be a gap of time between part 2 and 3 in terms of me recording. That could be a few hours, few days, few weeks. I don't know, okay? What I want to do is a mystery to even me until I do it. That's the Adahada way. Anyway, if you are still here, thanks. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one when I might just be a little bit more coherent.